Hello and welcome to Raise Your Vibes TV. I'm your host, Athena bahri, wellness leader, Reiki master, author of award-winning book, Raise Your Vibes, and creator of Crystal Reiki Healer. Bringing you spiritual education, meditations, the gift of Reiki, and inspirational guests from around the world to help guide you on your journey to live happier and healthier. Thank you for tuning in to Raise Your Vibes. It is such a gift to be sharing energy with you. Today's show is sponsored by Westwood Clinic of West Los Angeles, where wellness is found with compassion, chiropractic care, and healing tools of the highest technology for your physical pain relief and healing. They're a certified MLS laser therapy facility helping thousands of patients reclaim their health and overcome the limitations of living with pain. Find out more about this amazing healing space at westwoodclinic.com. And now we have a very special guest joining us today from London. Please welcome Thimela Garcia, the Chakra Mama. She is a yoga teacher, a holistic practitioner in energy healing, and author of the Godsfield companion book of Chakras. Thimela, thank you so much for joining us here on Raise Your Vibes. I'm so grateful to have you on the show today.
Hello, Athena. Thank you so much for having me here today, giving me this beautiful opportunity to connect with your amazing audience and to be sharing a space with you, having nourishing, interesting chats. So I'm very excited and honored. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. The honor is mine to have you on here. I know you do so much, and we're going to dive into this. But I was reading up on your bio and all of the things you do, and you mentioned that you grew up in a very spiritual world. So what was this like as a child, and how did this affect your view of the world and energy?
Yes, I love that question because it gives me the opportunity again to talk about my mom and my upbringing. So I'm originally from Venezuela, South America, and I was raised with my other two sisters. My mom was a beautician, and she had the spiritual awakening, I suppose. And then I remember she changed her career. I think when she was in her 30s or 40s, early mid 30s, and she started bringing all these beautiful tools like crystals, incense sticks, and she started getting into meditation, and then she started developing the clairvoyance gift, and she was able to see beyond, forms and incredible stuff. And so it was interesting because I was a teenager, and in Venezuela, even though that is kind of the culture, the spirituality and doing rituals, we coming from African blends or mixture, and so still it wasn't too very open. And I remember being hiding stuff when I brought my classmates at home. I used to hide all the little bits, my mom had hanging from the window, here and there, that picture, that crystal. I was hiding and clearing everything because I didn't want it to be labeled as witch, bruja.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah. When you're a teenager, you just want to fit in. You don't want to be different. That's the thing. But I knew that my mom had an amazing gift. I just was not ready or prepared to share it with the world. And as I grew up and I started getting into my own spiritual awakening and realization, that's when everything clicked to me. And I just wanna, I'm so blessed to have the mom and being surrounded with that beautiful energy. My mom was a Reiki master as well, and she used to place her hands on my belly when I was feeling unwell, or to see my sister. She used to say, "Let me see your aura," and she was teaching us how to see the electromagnetic field. And so I learned all these little things that obviously my mom planted a seed on me. So I am who I am, and I have to thank to all the inspiration, all the things that she did, the rituals, the stuff, the prayers, So yeah, I wish she was, with us physically. So
Oh,
yeah, she's
yes,
not, but
yes,
I
she's
know
passed,
she's there
but
watching.
you have her in spirit, right? It's one of those things, the love never goes away. The energy is
Totally.
always there. So now it's like you have that, your guardian angel, your mama from above
Totally.
looking after you.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's
Thank
so
you.
interesting what you mentioned about the teenagers and, we want to fit in. And it's so funny how, the bruja, I haven't heard this word for a while, but how anything related to us is a witch. My husband actually, when I was starting out, and I think I had crystals around the bed and I was like sprinkling salt or doing something and doing energy healing over the bed. And he walks in and takes in this scene. He's like, "What? Now you're a witch?" I was like, "Oh, well, if I'm a witch, I guess I need a black cat." So I went and I got a black cat, and he's not a fan of
Love
cats.
it.
So it was kind of the beginning of, well, this is what we're doing now, and it's great because it went from, why waste money on these little rocks to giant angel wings that he's bought
Yeah.
me. So he's definitely a supporter now, which is amazing. And I love that, you were able to move past that and actually, like you said, the seeds were planted. So you were able to kind of move past this stigmatism, right? Of the witch stuff, and then incorporate this into your life. So let's talk chakras, because you're the Chakra Mama, right? On all
Yeah.
your social media, which I love that. So can you share with us, what are chakras? Like, how does, for someone who doesn't know what a chakra is, how would you explain that?
Yes. Well, chakras, to talk about chakras is my passion. My life has changed so much since I started becoming aware of the chakras. I knew and I heard the word chakras first from my mom years ago. She would say chakras. So it's coming, obviously, this is a word that has been with us for thousands of years, and it got the roots in India, the Vedics, the Vedas, where they appear on the first time, the spiritual, older books that we know, the Vedas.
Yes.
So the word chakras is already there. And what they are just like an energy portal, or vortices of energies that they are locating in our bodies, in everyone's got these energies, vortices or wheels. That's what the word chakra means in Sanskrit, is wheels.
Yes.
And so they are there because they are necessary for us, the same way we have a physical body and we need a heart pumping, lungs, glands, the stomach,
Yes.
everything. We do need the energy centers, which is
So how
part
do
of
these
our energy body.
how do these energy centers affect us then? So the heart, we know it, pumps blood throughout our system. So what would you say for the heart chakra, for example? Like, how does this translate into our well-being?
Yes. Well, so basically, as every chakra, there are about between 112 and 114 chakras, energy centers. But we focus in studying more, understanding more the seven
Yes.
main chakras, because they are directly affecting our physical body and our life, everything that is around us and everything that is within us. So that's why we focus on the seven main chakras, and they are located in the spinal cord. And each chakra oversees a specific part of the body. So as you mentioned,
Yes.
for the heart and all that part of our upper body, is your heart chakra, anahata, and the color is green. And this chakra oversees the physical part of the body, which is the lungs, the respiratory system, the heart, the thymus gland. And also on the spiritual side, oversees everything that has to be with compassion, kindness, gratitude, unconditional love and self-love. So those are the qualities of the heart chakra. And the heart chakra extends from the heart, the center of the chest, extend to the shoulders, down
Yes.
to your arms and your hands and your fingers. So that's why we are able to create and to do things with our hands that are based on our chakra, in our heart chakra. So the better we have a balance, the better we are, or the more aligned we are operating in this world from the heart chakra, we are able to create that, and for ourselves and for others, you see. So when you see someone with bad intentions, not very good, they can create things bad with their hands and cause harm to other people. And that's because it's an extension what they have in their hearts. And on the other side, obviously, if you have so much love and compassion and kindness and gratitude, then you are able to express with your hands, and you do for yourself and for others. So that is the beautiful thing that you see from the chakras. It's just you can have the physical body super connected with your energy body, and they work side by side in a beautiful harmony. Yeah, exactly. So that's how it works. And then obviously every chakra will be associated with with that part of the body.
So what are some of these? Where do you start? Where do you start with the root? Do you start with the crown? How do you start with your, for yourself, for your self-treatment or your self-healing, and then for your clients, the people you work with?
Well, it depends. You see, on the yoga tradition, when you start doing meditation or self-healing with your chakras, you're supposed to start, even traditional Kundalini or Himalayan Kundalini, you're supposed to start with the third eye chakra, because it opens up the wisdom and understanding for what is coming. So normally you normally start with the healing on your root chakra, because it's the base, it's the foundation. And it makes sense for us to start the work, what we do in our base and foundations, right? But as I say, some traditions in Kundalini, traditional Kundalini, you start with your third eye chakra, and from there you move to your root chakra. So the root chakra is the first energy center that is created when we are forming as a human beings in the mother's womb. That is the first energy center, is our foundation. And that's why it's so important that the love of the mother and the father, the parents, is transmitted. So because already we are receiving energetically that love, that safety for us as we grow from children to teenagers to adulthood. Then we have to have that solid foundation of feeling safe, feeling loved, feeling secure and confident, and having the first, the basic needs in our lives. So the first one is the root chakra, is located at the base of the spine. It's called Muladhara, and the energy is very earthy. It's very dense, because it's very much connected with everything that is the physical world for us, all the material world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then moving up, you have your sacral chakra. Yes,
you have your you have your sacral chakra, and so once you have, it's all very well. I mean, I say to myself, these yogis, they figured it out 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 years ago. They figured it out. And this is, we apply in the Western, on the modern medicine, we are still, kind of using that knowledge and that wisdom, ancient wisdom, in today's medicine. But they really figured it out. So once you have your basic needs, that's your base and foundation, then you can move to the sacral chakra, which is just below your navel center. And that sacral chakra, it represents everything that has to do with pleasure and emotions, because it's also associated with the element water. So it oversees everything that has to do with your pelvic floor, your sexual organs, your sensuality, your sexuality, and the womb ball, the womb space, energetically. So the sacral chakra is present either in male and female autonomy, body.
Of course.
So So that energy is very more about, pleasure and being in contact with your emotions and being fluid in life. So once you have all that beautiful base and foundation, then you can go up
move
to the
into
chakras.
joy. Yeah. And start
Exactly.
enjoying that foundation.
Enjoy.
Created.
Exactly. It's all
Yes.
about enjoying life and the pleasures of life. But this is what happens. If you don't have those foundations, how can you move into have that, enjoy the pleasures and understand? Yeah. Otherwise, it becomes into more addiction or going into toxic relationships. So that is the shadow side of the sacral chakra.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, and then after that, we move.
The shadow side is so important too. So many of us, we turn away from that, right? Because that's the scary stuff we don't want to deal with. But in healing, that's where we need to focus, right? Like really heal those areas. Bring it. Shine the light on those shadows. Yes,
totally. It's to integrate the darkness and the light together and living comfortably with both, because without the light there was no darkness and vice versa. So we need to integrate both, and that's what energy or self-healing inner work is all about. Is just to understand our own emotions, what is triggering us, and what's happening, and going to the root cause.
Yes. Well, the root cause is so important. And I feel like, I want to get into the other chakras too, but the root cause of things, I feel like just especially from my own experience in Western medicine, is we're always treating symptoms. We're always treating the outer lying surface of things and never getting to the root. And that's why I love energy healing so much, because they make a wonderful balance. I'm not saying Western medicine is not good. It's wonderful in its way, but it doesn't get to the root of what's manifesting these issues. So that's kind of where energy healing comes in. And, it's like having that balance, as you said, that's so important so we can heal. So I love that, if someone's struggling with joy in their life, like here's where you can put some energy and work on that. I love that.
Totally.
So then how would you, once you've found this joy, once you've gotten all of your earthly pleasures, what would be like the next step for someone on their self-healing?
Yeah, so then the next step will be moving again to another lower chakra, which is the solar plexus, and it's located just below the rib cage or the breastbone, and the color is yellow. It's the sun of ourselves. Is the chakra that actually absorbs the energy from everything external to us, from the outside world. So sometimes when you are so excited or you feel uncomfortable with certain environment, you place your hands in your stomach, isn't it?
Yes,
you feel it
automatically.
You feel the emotion. Yes, the excitement can be felt on your stomach as well. Something that is terribly sad. So because it absorbs that energy. This is the center, the sun, and it distributes that energy to the rest of the chakras. So this is the chakra that has to do with the willpower, with the self-esteem, with that go energy. That's why the element associated is fire. You need the fire, that engine, not also to achieve your dreams and to go after your dreams, but also you need a fire to digest your food and to get your body gets the nutrients that needs to function properly. So that's why the Agni, which is in Sanskrit fire, is so important. That is our engine. That is what gives us that energies, and processing the food, and the body eliminates what doesn't need. And exactly the same that the body eliminates the food or the waste that doesn't need, we should be able, using the fire, to process the emotions, experiences, learn from them, and eliminate what we don't need, which doesn't serve us any purpose. But we tend to hang on to those, right? Even those. So imagine if you hang on to waste that your body wants to get rid of. You need to go to the toilet, right? It's just the body. the body is so intelligent, and this is why, again, the chakra is so associated, so they work so well together. Sometimes when you have constipation on the so for example, when I have clients and they come to me, and one of the reasons they are feeling constipated is because they're holding on to past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the
that
body,
waste, all that stuff, that garbage we don't need to keep, right?
Exactly. Yes. So you feel constipated. Your body is your energetic body. Something is happening. That's the root cause. Something is happening. You are holding on to old past anger, whatever it might be, past emotions that are not very pleasant, and you holding it. Once you start processing energetically and spiritually these emotions, these experiences, then you'll be able to, your body to relax and be able to get rid of those old trapped emotions and energy.
And return to that fire pushing you forward, and like your inner coach giving you a pep talk, you can do this, right?
Yeah, your own cheerleader.
Your own cheerleader.
Yeah, it comes from that fire. Come on, let's do it, because it requires that self-esteem, it feels self-confidence and self-esteem. So we are talking now we call it the lower triangle in Kundalini Yoga. And these are the 3 lower chakras. They are the chakras of elimination. All of these chakras represent eliminating. And the energy is Apana, the energy that goes down and out. Yeah, so that is Apana energy, Reiju. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Yes. And then of course you work with your heart chakra, which we've gone over, and I love that, how it's connected with the hands and channeling, that energy for, which is so important as a healer, because you're working with other people's energy. So it's, to be able to let that love shine, it's like shining through you to, another. I love that. And then we get up to the throat chakra. And I feel like, at least in my own client base, this is also an area where many people struggle. Losing their, well, I'll let you share. Tell us about our throat chakra and how this also affects us, especially like daily.
Yes, the throat chakra is very interesting to me because you see a lot of people say my throat chakra is blocked, so I can't say. But then again, we need to go to the root cause and going back and really back lower, because the throat chakra is a spiritual chakra. That means the vibration is higher. The element is Akash or ether. And it represents the soul. It represents the vibration that you hold in your body. This is what it comes out. So what you hold, sometimes you say, when you are angry, you really lost the temper or lost it with someone, and you can find yourself saying harmful things to someone, things that perhaps you don't mean, but it's because the vibration at that moment in time is so low and so negative that you come out and say things that they are not very encouraging, empowering, and positive. Well, what happens when you are in such a high vibration and such a great thing? You look amazing, Athena. Oh, let's do this and let's do that. So you are expressing. This chakra is all about expressing yourself. It's the portal of communication and allows you to express what is within you at that moment in time. So what happens is, if you had unbalanced lower chakras, obviously that will be causing blockages on your self-expression. If you didn't grow up, if you had upbringing where you didn't feel safe to express your needs, your opinions, and they were always repressed, when you get to an adulthood, you feel not safe to express and you try to keep things quiet. Obviously we know both that that's not help, that's not the way to
it's not the way to live.
To live. It's not the way to live. You should be able to feel confident and safe to express what you think and your opinion, to express your needs, to listen as well, listening to the truth. So this is why we found a majority of my clients, they have the same problem with the throat chakra. I always like to use tantric techniques because the chakras are tantric. The chakras
Yes.
are coming from Hinduism, and they are the tantric, and they are meditation points or aids for the disciple to meditate. So I like to use these tantric techniques, and I like to get the person involved actively into the healing.
Yes.
And so I ask them to chant the bija mantras for each chakra. We do the visualization meditation. We do the movements. We do a lot of things that they are rooted into the Hinduism and tantric techniques and Kundalini to
I
do the
love
healing,
that.
as well Reiki. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I love that. I love that. Yeah, that's definitely an area where so many of us struggle. And a lot of that does come from childhood. And then, of course, we had the pandemic where everybody was, in lockdown and
Cover.
repressed
We were
and covered.
covered.
We literally were covering ourselves. I mean, it was, it really affected, I think, worldwide, how we expressed ourselves with our throat chakra. So a lot of healing there, a lot of healing still to be done as well.
Totally. Yes.
Yes.
And remember that the chakras as well, they represent the level of consciousness within us and also in the collective. And
Yes.
and so they represent that level of consciousness within us. And if we are still very much on that dense type of energy, there's the lower chakras. Going to a spiritual chakra, if you know that you're not speaking the truth, you're not saying where it's not in line with who you are, etc., then I invite you to go down again to the basics, to your primal needs, and that's where your healing really needs to start ascending into a much higher vibration. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And then we move up to our third eye. And it's so interesting because that's such a big one of focus, the third eye chakra. Everybody's like, I want to open my third eye. I want to open my third eye. And they haven't done like the work yet on the lower chakras. So what do you say to those they really are excited and want to open this third eye chakra? How do you help guide them through this process?
Yeah, so this is what my Guruji told me once in a class, in a lecture. When we are born enlightened. We are beings still so much. We come to, when you see a baby, I mean, it's like, look at the eyes. They can't speak, they can't express themselves, but they can see a lot of things.
Oh, yes.
And that's why the crown chakra is still soft. It hasn't closed. Yes. Do you understand how everything works now? Because it's that still you can see the pulsing, the contraction of the crown.
Yes.
Exactly. You feel until as it grows, the baby start growing up, things start closing down. And this, what happens when it closes down? It loses that connection with the divine. And as we grow older and older, what happens? We disconnect from that and we go down to the chaos, to life, to 3D world, and we lost that connection. So we are all, that's the good news, is we are all born enlightened. We all have the ability to, to see more, to understand. We have lost the connection, that's all. And we just have to, when you say to me, what would be your advice, what's the best thing, is to start going back into that connection. Because we need to start detaching from this physical material world and start reconnecting more with what really is important for us.
It's like we start connected, we start out connected, and then we have to do the work ourselves as we shift. And when we don't, we again lose that connection to the divine, and we're going back there anyway, so we need to figure that out on the way.
Exactly.
Right. Yes. And that's why children are so incredibly intuitive. So it's always amazing to me when I see parents, my own parents, even myself, I check myself when it's like, shh, don't say that, don't talk like that, don't do this, no, be quiet, we shouldn't listen to you. Because they are the ones that we really should be paying attention to and listening. They have that incredible connection, and they'll come up with things. They'll just, they'll say something that's so incredible and like life-changing for adults if we just, pause for a moment and listen, right? Because
Totally.
those infants, I mean, they smell like heaven for one. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you're right with the eyes, so expressive. They haven't developed, all of their other abilities and senses yet. So that, sight, they see so much. I almost wish they could tell us and share with us.
What do you see?
What do you see?
Yes.
Share with me, right?
Yes, it is. It is the way it's supposed to be. We're coming into a physical, material world for us to unlearn what we're gonna be told. We're gonna be conditioned. What we're gonna be, they're told. So that moment will come to most people. Some other people won't have that awakening on this lifetime. They will have it in another time, but they are slowly working towards it. So people want to open this psyche chakra that is very much our own intuition, is the connection to our inner guidance, to be able to see the truth, the reality. And that's why the awakening is about self-realization. It's when you start understanding, and all the fake and the dreams in front of you, that veil starts dissolving, and I say, I understand now. I can see the truth. And it happens with the people around you first, with your family, your parents, your work. And I say, no, this is not right. And then start with the nations, the collective, the world. And you start saying, no, I'm not going to be in a dream anymore. So that means when you are, awakened, you are awake, you can see things. Obviously, there are activities and techniques that you can use in order for you to reconnect with that psychic ability that is within us. Practicing. There are a lot of exercises, interesting things to do. We do meditations where we gaze towards the third chakra, constantly meditation. That's what you're supposed to do, because you shut, it's nothing else that you can see. You just focus on your third chakra, the space between your eyebrows, to start stimulating the energy. See, where attention goes, energy flows.
Energy flows. Yes.
That's true.
I love that. And you work with Kundalini energy, right? Through yoga. And I imagine you also use this then for chakras, for chakra healing. So how does that work? And let's start with, what is Kundalini energy? Because not everybody knows. You think of a snake, you think of sex, but it's so much more than that.
There is no snake. Coiled up in a root chakra.
Coiled up snake, yes.
Kundalini means coiled snake, and again, it goes back to the Hinduism, tantric techniques, where they believe that there is this powerful creative energy force within each one of us, which is at the base of the spine, awaiting to be awakened. And again, that represents the level of consciousness. Some people have the Kundalini awakening, rising into different chakras, because the Kundalini energy is such a powerful energy that creates us. And this is what we believe in yoga path. The Kundalini energy, it was necessary to create the baby forming in the body. So that energy, that's why it's connected to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, the womb space, is a creative energy. It creates, it manifests, creates life, and manifests the life. Whatever you want to create in your life, you can manifest through the sacral chakra as well. So that energy creates the baby in mommy's womb and creates the chakras, and then it gets dormant back to the root chakra, and awaiting to be awakened by oneself, by ourselves.
By ourselves, yes.
Yeah,
and again, where then it changes and we have to do the work, right? We have to start, the crown chakra closes and then it's like up to us. So working with this,
it's a journey. Life is a journey.
It's such a journey. It's such a beautiful journey. I mean, I always say even the lessons are blessings. Because it gives you a chance to grow, it gives you a chance to learn. And, if you didn't have that hard lesson, it wouldn't, you wouldn't translate into being a better person after and learning about yourself. So still a blessing, even if it's hard in the moment. So when this energy is dormant and someone just hears this term, okay, I want to awaken my Kundalini, how would you guide them to begin, or at least begin this process? Because there's a lot of fear-based spirituality out there, as I'm sure you're aware of. And I've heard many of these taglines where, working with Kundalini energy is so dangerous and you can only do this in a certain way. So what would you say to people who are, scared to begin this journey? And then how would they do this in a way that, they don't have that fear?
Yes, I do understand exactly what you're saying, because I was scared at the beginning. And my first advice is avoid Google. Do not go into Google and how to raise the Kundalini, because it is so much said. It's something that you have to experience, and everyone has different experience with the Kundalini energy. So going back to Kundalini energy is there. Is there. I have felt it. We feel it is there, dormant. It is powerful energy that is felt running in your energy channels, your pathways. What happened? You need to prepare your body. You need to prepare yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally to be able to contain such a powerful energy in your body. And this is why the fears. That's why the yoga, Kundalini Yoga, is there. Kriya Yoga and Kundalini Yoga, they are there to prepare your body, your chakras, to cleanse. It's all about cleansing and purifying. It's important that the channels where that energy awakens and rises up, that's the purpose of the Kundalini Yoga. The Kundalini energy is that rises up from the base to the crown. And that is represented by Shakti. It's Kundalini Shakti, which sits at the base of the spine in the unconscious. We are in the unconscious, and it rises to meet Shiva, Lord Shiva, which is the highest consciousness and is at the top of the crown of the head. So that is the little bit of the religious Hinduism part of it. But I will say, if you really are into in the path of enlightenment, and if you would like to raise your vibration and understand, then you need to definitely start with yoga. That's how yoga is gonna give you, it's gonna be that first step for you. Try different yoga styles. You can go into straight to Kundalini Yoga. The first phase of the Kundalini Yoga is detoxifying, is very purifying, and the exercises that we do, they will take you into places that you've never been, and it's going to challenge you mentally and physically, because that's the whole purpose. You need to prepare yourself to be able that when that Kundalini awakens, you don't freak out. You understand that is happening. Excuse me. It happened to me teaching my class, and that's why Kundalini teachers don't do exercises, because we need to be able to see our students, because they will awaken the Kundalini during the class. And I had students, and well, one happened actually on the mind, body, spirit.
Oh goodness!
Yes, I had it there. She was amazing. She was having an awakening, and the best thing to do is just to breathe through it. But this is why you need to have that sort of understanding, and being not in a place of fear. You need to, when you are more close to your true self, to the soul, that you have this trust, and there is not much fear. You see what I mean? The shadow, the fear is not there. So you are preparing. That's why it's so important, definitely, to prepare yourself consciously for the awakening of the Kundalini energy. And it's with the practices that we do, Kundalini Yoga, Hatha Yoga, cleanses
So
you.
what are some of the I guess we would say effects or the symptoms of this? Like what can people expect? Like how do they know that their Kundalini is rising? How does that, how do they, oh, this is what's happening? Is there a way to guide them through this so they know? Because people always question, right? We're always questioning our sanity even when we're doing some of this.
Have you tried Kundalini Yoga before? Have you tried Kundalini Yoga before?
No. Right. My aunt is actually an instructor for Kundalini Yoga. She went like all the way up and does this. And she's always like, come do this. And for years, I couldn't really do that. The physical parts of it. I had a very severe back injury. So some of the positions were very difficult for me to even, I was like, nope, I'm not even going to try. Like I'm going to have to do this another way. I have screws and bolts and brackets and all this stuff in my back.
Gosh.
So yes. And this was, but like I said, even the lessons are blessings. Like this was one of my biggest challenges. But if I hadn't gone through that, I also wouldn't have discovered energy healing and, how to take my power back and how to heal myself. I was so dependent on Western medicine and nothing was working. I mean, it was like I was in chronic pain for 16 years. I lived with chronic pain.
Oh, wow.
And big part of my journey and all the medication and the therapies and everything and nothing. It was like I still woke up with pain every day. And it wasn't until I started learning about the chakras and started working with Reiki energy and with my crystals that it just completely transformed not only my physical body, but my life. I mean, everything in my life changed in a most amazing way. Yeah, no, an incredible way. And it's brought me to meet people such as yourself and, leading workshops and meeting at the Mind Body Spirit Festival and traveling the globe to, work with others and share this. I mean, it was kind of like, okay, I've healed myself. I've taken care of myself. So I have to pay it forward. I have to share this. People need to know, like, they can do this too. If I could go from screws and brackets and medication and all this stuff to pain-free and no medication, there's no reason others can't do it too. Like I have to pay this forward. And that's been a big part of, my life now is sharing that. So I love having, and then having you on here and sharing about these different energy centers so that, others can see how they can do this too. So how would you say start with yoga. But if someone doesn't have a yoga studio or something close to them, how would you guide them in kind of starting this process of self-healing?
It is, well, so I always think that the spiritual awakening or self-realization can come in two ways. It can come when it's in a conscious manner, conscious way, or an unconscious way. So it just happen, or when you have the willing to work towards it. But the thing with the yoga, people think the yoga is just the asanas. Yoga asanas or the yoga postures is just one bit of the yoga, a big umbrella. So the yoga, when I say yoga, excuse me, people straight away associate it with the poses. And people will say, but I'm not flexible, I can't do that. Yoga involves meditation. I know, but it's just because what we've been told, and what we see, that yoga is poses, because it's the visual thing that you can see, you can show to others. But yoga is also self-study. That's yoga. It's part of the yoga path. Self-study and also meditation, breathing techniques is yoga. All those are part of, and the postures, they help. It's just to detoxify the physical body, but the pranayama is to cleanse your airways, to control the prana or the life force within you. So all those are yoga, are part of your yoga. Yeah, exactly. So someone that doesn't have the physical abilities or having limitations physically, that's okay. still you can do yoga in so many other ways. You can do the meditation, you can do the breath work.
Yes.
And do not underestimate the breathing exercises, because they are working on your energy, on the energy body.
Breath is our life. I mean, that's, without it, we're not alive, right? So that breath is so important, and opening that and taking in that, divine light and healing, and then expelling, or, getting rid of, like you're saying, all this, all that toxic stuff that we hold on to, toxic emotions or traumas, all these things, being able to release those. So I love that. I love that even with a disability, you can still absolutely tune into yoga and its principles. That's wonderful. I love
totally
that.
yes. And it is, as you say, on my journey, we are like a toxic society, collective. We are sick, they're children, and I'm not going to go into much into politics, anything like that, but I'm saying is nations, we are sick. And that's why this spiritual awakening is pointing the direction of holistic alternative medicines, holistic medicine, because that's where we're going. The future is spiritual, and that's how the way we're gonna heal our bodies is spiritually, is with the using the chakras. My life has changed so much in the last 4 or 5 years, since I've been worshiping the moon, since I've been working, meditating, doing yoga, meditation, working with my chakras. The chakras are level of consciousness. They are portals. When you work closely with your chakras, you understand how to really work with that energy with each one of them. You manifest your life, as you say, your reality changed, not only you.
Completely.
I mean, I have changed. I have changed in so many ways. And
so many positive ways. I mean, and that's the thing. It's not just change. It's incredible positive change. And then it's like it vibrates out from us. It raises our vibes, it raises the vibes around us, and I love that we're seeing that, as a collective, more and more. This is becoming, it's not like a fad diet. It's something that's literally changing, the course of how people see each other, how people see the world, and one person at a time, right? We're getting there, and then hopefully, in our lifetimes, we'll see that society really can change and raise its own vibration as a whole, because then we have, so much wellness and everybody living happier and healthier. So it's so important. So do you have, can you share with us if you have a morning ritual, something that you do, like your go-to, that you can share with the audience that can help us to raise our vibes?
Totally, yes. So first thing I do when I open my eyes is be grateful for that day, for that breath. That is the first thing, is to, I think about other people that didn't have the chance to see the sunrise and that new day. My mind goes straight to those people that they didn't have the chance to see the new day. And I have to be grateful that when I wake up, I'm here. I've been given the gift, another day, to another opportunity, and to see my daughters, and to be. So that's the first thing I would say. Always start the day with gratitude for that breath and opening your eyes. That is the first thing. Another ritual that I do is I take lemon water, warm lemon water, to first thing as well, to wash any toxins, to cleanse the body physically, and prepare my body, because we are what we eat. Again, it's about removing those toxins and stuff like that. So I take the warm lemon water. I've been taking it for donkey years. And then obviously I go to my practice. So I do my practice with Kundalini or Hatha Yoga. I like to tune in with myself first, and to find out actually how I'm feeling in the morning. Whether I'm so excited, sometimes I'm worried, depends how I went to bed, or perhaps I got something still floating in my mind. So I need to acknowledge my body, myself. How am I feeling in the morning? So I just take a moment just to tune in before anything else. How I'm feeling? I'm feeling at peace. I'm feeling a little bit nervous, anxious, because I know I'm gonna see a doctor, I'm gonna have an appointment or whatever. So I just take a moment to tune in with myself and to acknowledge myself. And then I do my practice. Again, you can do your physical exercise, your meditation, have your little ritual that you do sometimes with the Reiki energy. Something that my mom told me is grab a glass of water and you bless the water and always drink the water. Imagine that it's cleansing you, is healing, because water is healing. So that's the first thing that my mom always taught to us is grab that first glass of water you take in the day is to heal you, and it's a large glass of water. Put in the sun for a few minutes. Let it recharge with the sunlight. Yes. Let it charge with be charging with the sun, the first sun rise, and then drink the water and imagine that it's cleansing you, healing you. Especially if you know that you are going through something at that moment. Just put again where your attention goes, energy flows, and that's I think you need to start the day with a positive, with loving, kind, with a high vibration. If you keep that vibration at the beginning of the day, keep it up, because you don't know what else is going to come your way, right?
Absolutely.
So try to,
I love that.
Your day.
These are wonderful and easy and simple things that, we can do. And it just kind of shifts our vibe into the positive. And when you start in a positive, everything else runs just so much smoother, so much easier for that day. And even if hard things happen, it doesn't knock you down quite as far as if you hadn't done it. So
exactly.
Important.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
and you radiate that as well. Sorry, you radiate that into your place, into your environment.
Yes.
You have the vibration. Whatever we see around us is just a projection of what we are holding within us. It's a projection of ourselves, right? So let's start the day with that positive vibration of love, kindness, gratitude, and then the day will go hopefully that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, it's okay. We can always, take our lessons and move from there. You've done so many amazing things already. You've traveled around the world doing workshops. You've now written a book, which is just incredible. You're going to be at the Mind Body Spirit Festival, in October, right? For 2022 in Birmingham. I will get to see you there again and reconnect. I'm so excited to come back. But you've done, so many things in the last, especially 4 or 5 years, and teaching and holding your practice. What's next for you? What are you looking forward to next, or what's on your bucket list moving forward?
Ooh. Wow. Well, you, Athena, and your lovely audience. This is very, very, very early days, but I'm working on a little project, and it was very close to my heart because it involves my country. So I'm working on bringing Venezuelan cacao, ceremonial cacao, that it will be a way to support and to give something back to the to my people, to my country, because I've been away from Venezuela 20 years now, 21 years. Yeah. So it's all kind of happening. You are the first one to know. It's not official yet, but yes, it's something that is very close to my heart, and I think bringing that little business of cacao and bringing awareness again. You can heal so much through cacao. Brings great, incredible benefits on the physical level, but also on the emotional, spiritual level. And people don't know much about cacao. So I think again that is the next adventure for me. And I don't know, maybe some courses.
I love that.
Later on.
And maybe some courses, and so how will people find you? How do people find out about your new venture, or purchase your book? Share with us how we can reach you.
Thank you. Well, I've just got it here. It's going to show you. I need to send you the copy. I give it to you when I see you at the
I will see
festival.
You. Yes, even better.
So that's my book. My book, Chakras, is a practical guide, comprehensive guide for all the rituals, explain all the chakras, and it talks about hand gestures, breathing exercises, yoga poses. As I said, the rituals. This is an amazing one, using the water and charging it with the the sunlight, some positive affirmations to start the day. And you see, simple breathing techniques, everything, how to meditate. So it's very simple, easy to follow. You learn all about the chakras, everything that you need to know, and how to
everything you need to know is there. Yes.
Is there? Totally.
If you have any questions about chakra, here is your perfect guide to answer all of those questions and help you connect with that energy. And I love just looking through that briefly as you showed our audience. You can kind of also go through like what chakra you need to work on and where you need support, and just open that section. I love that. And I love the incorporation of, the different exercises, but then all the other goodies that you have in there. So where would they purchase this book? Where can we direct?
It is in Amazon. I've got people from everywhere around the world, from Philippines, Vietnam, Canada, America, Spain. They've been purchasing online. So if you let me just put it back again. That's my name, Thimela Garcia, and it's the Godsfield Companion Book of Chakras by Octopus. The Octopus is the publisher. So just type it. Just type in Google, and you will see that usually should be in Amazon. And you can connect with me through Instagram as Chakra Mama Healing. And that's also my website, Chakra Mama Healing. Yes. And and that's it. Just connect with me.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, love. Thank you for being a part of Raise Your Vibes and, reaching those near and far. I'm so grateful for the work that you're doing and you continue to do to elevate the vibration for those near and far, because we are all connected. And when you vibe higher, we all vibe higher. Everyone around you will too. So let us raise the vibes together as one.
Totally. How beautiful. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here with you, sharing a space, and totally enjoyed it. So can we do it again?
I think we could just go on for hours at this point. I know, right? I love this. We will really need to connect in when I'm in October in Birmingham. That'll be beautiful.
Totally. Yes. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you so much, love. Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
We are all connected, and when you vibe higher, everyone around you will too. Let us raise our vibes together as one. And to close, I will leave you with a sacred Reiki Reiju blessing for your highest good. You can learn more about how the beautiful Japanese meditation art of Reiki healing can create positive changes for your life at crystalreikihealer.com. So please take a moment to settle into your sacred space, whether you're in your car, parked on the side, at home, or simply with your intention to receive this moment of positive healing vibration, relaxing your mind, body, and spirit. And we're going to begin just by sweeping the aura, releasing any and all negativity, worries, troubles from your day. And then beginning with your crown, shining that beautiful, healing, divine light up from above through your body. And to your mind, releasing any thoughts of worry, negative emotion, letting all of that go. To your ears, that everything you hear be from a place of love, that loving vibration. You hear it, you feel it. And shining that divine healing light through your mind's eye, allowing yourself to open and receive that loving energy pouring over your spirit. And to your mouth, that everything you say, everything you hear come from a place of love. And to your throat, that everything you communicate, everything that comes within and without you is from a place of love. And over your heart center, that everything you feel, that all of your vibration be raised to the energy of love. And to your hands, that everything you touch, everything you feel, and everything you come into contact with be from a place of love. And then gathering that beautiful energy of love and Reiki up through your system, through your whole being, and showering you with love, that you may sleep well, you may enjoy the rest of your day or your evening from a place of love. Please bring your hands together in prayer position, known as Gasao, for a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for the gift of Reiki energy and for allowing yourself to receive this moment of peace. And at the end of this show, please have some cool water to assist grounding and continue the healing process, or whenever you're ready. I am your host and crystal Reiki healer, Athena Bahri, and I am so grateful to have shared energy together today with the wonderful support of our sponsor, Westwood Clinic. Living without pain is their gift to you. Join me here next week for another episode of Raise Your Vibes. Wishing you so much love, healing, and many blessings. We would love to feature your brands and products on our show, Raise Your Vibes. Please contact info@raiseyourvibestv.com for sponsorship opportunities to raise awareness to your brand. Disclaimer: Reiki and other forms of energy healing shared on the show are meant to be supplementary healing practices. Always contact your medical licensed professional for questions or concerns regarding your physical, emotional, and mental health. Thank you.